Have you ever called a radio station to try to win something? Well, we're going to talk about that and the music that made us who we are today on the Welcome Distraction with the Kemp Brothers.
This is the Welcome Distraction Podcast with the Kemp Brothers. Their immature stories, thoughts, and opinions are their own and should be taken with the same level of seriousness as a drunk uncle's late-night conspiracy theory. They are not responsible for any brain cells lost, friendships ruined, or questionable life choices made under their influence. Now buckle up, buttercups.
Today, we're going to be talking about the music that made us who we are. We're going to talk about the oldies, and not oldies that the younger kids would consider oldies. We're talking about oldies for those of us that were born in like the 70s and 80s. So we're talking about rock and roll, like the 50s and 60s.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about, some of the different things that we had growing up that kind of made that music, I think, a little bit more prevalent in our lives. We always had a jukebox for some reason. We had a game room and a jukebox that had nothing but oldies on it. We're going to talk about we always got together and we'd hang out and we'd listen to Oldies 94.3, a station that I don't think is around anymore, but it was a station that really was a big part of our life. And we'll talk about how we used to give them a call. And we'd try to participate in their contests where they're like, hey, we'll take caller number 9 right now. And so we'd get on the phone and try to call. So as we got a little bit older, we did get more into like 80s and these alternative hip hop, rap. I think early 90s we weren't really into country music. We were kind of like stupid.
We were
twangy stuff. It's
anti-country for a while. We definitely
depressing.
were.
Like
It's twangy, dumb.
we always
Yeah.
believed in the what do you get when you play a country music song backwards? You get your house back, you get your wife back, you get your dog back. And so
Yeah,
we
You
never
gotta pick
really
up
cared.
your brother, who actually is your father, from jail while you're drunk at the train station.
Yeah.
A pickup truck.
So we never really cared for it, but there was the summer of '94 that kind of changed our minds on the way we felt about country music. So we eventually added that to our musical palette. But that's not going to be what we're going to talk about today. Today we're going to keep it based on the rock and roll oldies, 50s and 60s. I got to be careful, like I said, when I say oldies, because oldies now could mean songs from like
The
the early
90s.
2000s,
Yeah.
which was really, when you think about it, about the year
Mhm.
difference that it
Yeah.
was for us
Yeah.
at that time. Because I remember thinking when we were kids, like, these are oldies. Wait, these songs were back in the 1950s and 60s. Oh my God, that's so long ago. But
Funny
now,
they called it oldies. You don't call anything from the 90s oldies now.
yeah,
But it was such a different timing, oldies.
yeah.
The oldies, right? When you look at 50s and 60s, some of them were in black and white if they were ever on TV. So it
Oh,
felt like oldies, the name was more appropriate for 50s and
Mhm.
60s. Technology
Yeah.
felt old, if that makes sense.
It's crazy to think 40 years ago was 86. There's songs that I love from 86 that, like you said, Brent, I don't consider it an oldie. That's just peace
Classic.
music.
Yeah.
Nobody calls it oldies. But songs that we grew up with that were considered oldies are now like 60, 70 years old. That's crazy.
It's
That's
crazy.
like
What do you call them?
3/4 of a century.
Yeah. I like to say that same thing
I like
whenever
that.
we told that story. It's like, man, how do you know all this older stuff? And I like to think it was because we were brainwashed as a child and we didn't know there was other music besides what our dad played in the van when we were driving somewhere. And it was always, same old cassette tape, the Everly Brothers playing over and over again, stuff like that, because it was just all we knew. And I swear my dad did not know any songs past the early 70s at best, let alone 80s or, as we got to 90s, that was just stuff he's just never gonna, accept that there was other music out there that could have evolved with him. Yeah, and that's what kind of we grew to it. I think to a certain point we started to not like it, but then we kept it as who we are, and we absolutely love it. So
Yeah, because we
we
love
knew
all
there's
music.
other music out there, but I remember riding around, in the what was it, like an '86 Jimmy GMC Blazer.
Mhm.
The radio's on. Back then, you had to listen to the radio or tape deck, and there was no CDs, things of that nature. But that's all we listened to was Oldies 94.3. There was never a time I ever remember riding around with Dad and classic rock came on. That did not happen. So that was the
There's no
only world
80s.
we knew. We knew there's other music out there, but until we had our own TV later, we didn't have access to like MTV and things of that nature. Yep.
Yeah. So every time we're in the car, yeah, I remember vividly. It's like one of my first memories is listening to the Everly Brothers tape. It was either Oldies 94.3 or it was one of the tapes, and you're listening to the Everly Brothers and you're listening to Wake Up Little Susie, and you're like, why the hell couldn't Susie wake up?
Who the
He's
hell's
always
Kathy's
sleeping.
clown?
Like, fall asleep in the movies? What the hell? No.
Who's Kathy's
But we
clown?
sit there singing along, and like you said, kind of brainwashed, but it just kind of grew on us. And so to make it even more, I wouldn't say worse, but to beat it into us even more.
Indoctrinated?
Yes.
Well,
We lived in and it wasn't a big house. I remember when I was 5, but we somehow found room in our living room for a jukebox. I don't know how mom ever agreed to let dad put a jukebox in the middle of our tiny living room,
hell yeah.
but we got a jukebox, and in true fashion, they put nothing but oldies on it. So, I mean, this is in the 80s.
45
So
records.
there were 45s being made back then that had, current music, but they were very relentless in saying like we would never put anything but oldies on
Yeah.
this jukebox.
I think
So
they had some country, but yeah, it was mostly all
a
oldies.
little bit of country,
Like oldies country. It was like Patsy
country,
Cline,
Patsy Cline,
stuff
right?
like that. So, but that was kind of, oldies. It was kind of in the same world as far as that.
Yeah. So if we weren't in the car listening to Oldies 94.3, we were in the house listening to the jukebox, which had more oldies on it.
Yeah.
So in 94.3, they were always
Oldies
doing
94.3.
they were always doing little contests. It seemed like every day they had something. I don't know that. So it was like caller number 9 or something like that. I want to say it was caller number 9.
That sounds
Do
right.
you guys remember like what caller number?
Caller
Caller number
9's as good as any.
94.3.
Yeah, calling 943. Oh, we don't got that many listeners, Bob.
Like every day. So Oldies 94.3. These were local radio stations back in the day, right? And they were always doing little contests. And so I want to say it was like every day at a specific time. They were like caller number 9 now, and
943.
you win like a T-shirt, maybe like free tickets to like the local like hockey game or
Go single A, West Palm Beach, Montreal Expos.
yeah,
Single A tickets,
or
baseball.
go over to the Greyhound race, dog track.
Yeah. Yeah, here comes Rusty.
So we lived next door to our grandma. She had an attached in-law suite. It was attached to the house, and we would go and get her phone. So we would have two times the chance to try and get caller number 9.
What's a landline?
And I remember multiple times calling, and they'd answer, or most of the time you'd be calling, it'd be busy, right? And you're like, damn it, and you hang up, and call back, hang up, call back, and all of a sudden, it's ringing. Call number 3, try again. Damn it, I heard somebody.
I got through.
So I want to say we won like 4 or 5 times where you hear somebody you either got it or you hear like the person on the other phone because you don't want to be too close. Like I got it.
I remember winning stuff, but it was usually like crap. I mean, to us, it was like, oh my gosh, we won a prize. It might as well have been a Christmas Story winning a lamp to us. It was that important. But I think we won, and probably more of the times we won, it was never even picked up because it was just like, I'm not going to radio
I
station
don't
to
have
get
time for that.
crap,
Where's that
right?
at? No. Yeah. Dad like, I ain't got time for that. What is it? No.
Free movie tickets. Oh man,
You ain't going to the movie. That's a school night. You gotta be in bed by 6:30. Huh?
$10.
One year, I was in middle school, and you guys were in high school. And so middle school back then, I think it might still be the same now, started later. So I don't think school started for me until like 9:30. So you guys were already gone, and I'd be at the house most days by myself, just getting ready. And I'd have the radio on in the background while I'm getting ready, and Oldies 94.3. And I think once a week they would do this contest where they would hum a song on a kazoo. For any of you that don't know what a kazoo is, it's a little piece of plastic and it has like a little reverberating like hole on the top, and you just kind of blow into it, and it makes a vibrating
Annoying sound.
noise. And so they would use a kazoo and they'd hum a song, and the first person to call in to get the song right would win a prize. I think it was just again like a shirt, tickets to a local hockey game, whatever. And so they hummed the song, and I was like, I know what that is. And so I call, and I'm like thinking, somebody probably already called. And they're like, Oldies 94.3, do you know the song? And I was like, is it Little Old Lady from Pasadena? And they're like, oh my God. And so like a few minutes later, I hear it play on the radio, and I hear myself talking. And of course, back then, like, you have the ability to like record it so you could replay it, play back for other people. So I remember going to school and like knowing about this all day and be so excited to come home and tell you guys about it and tell Dad.
I remember.
And I got back. I was like, guys, I was on the radio.
What?
Song, and
You're
I got it.
famous.
I'm pretty sure like Dad almost didn't go by there to pick up my prize.
Sounds accurate.
And, I don't even know what I did with the shirt. I remember having the shirt for a little while, but,
Yeah.
whatever happened to it. I think I got a kazoo, and I'm pretty sure we got tickets to
Yeah.
the hockey game that we never went to. But it was just cool that you did it, you beat everybody else, you figured it out, and you gotta think there's gotta be thousands of people listening that probably tried to call, but I
Yeah.
won.
Well, and there
You're a
was no
winner.
internet, no, to actually participate in any type of contest. Couldn't Google that shit. Yeah, it was different back then. The actual ability to do anything like that was very rare. So,
Yeah,
so I
you
remember,
won. Good
I
job.
remember they used to do an afternoon thing, and it wasn't even for a prize. The prize was that you would get your oldie played because it was called singing for your oldies. So for us, we were shit. I don't know, probably 14, 15, but we sounded like we were 12 at the time because we were late
What do you
bloomers.
mean?
And yeah, but we used to call up and we would always sing the song because we could harmonize pretty good when we were a kid, and we'd
Yeah,
sing this
3 little
song.
girls singing together?
Hey, how old are you, ladies?
Y'all sound good. What do you look like?
Thanks. Thanks. But we would sing this song called "Come Back When You Grow Up," and a lot of people didn't know it, but it was a good oldie for us to harmonize and sing. And I remember at least 2 or 3 times we did that, and I remember hearing it on the radio after we did it, and they played the song. But then they're like, "Wow, they sounded so good! All right, man. Well, I think they got a future ahead of them." So Dad didn't think
Uh,
they did.
uh,
But, it was just something, and like you were saying, Nicholas, just to get on the radio and have our moment for a second. And, it's easy to do it when you're hiding behind a phone and nobody can actually see
yeah.
you or be nervous about it. So that was fun, though.
So, we went on to, learn all kinds of
Famous
other music and
careers of musically.
but
Yeah. Look
we
at us, we're
got
all
into
DJs now.
we got into a lot of other music, but I still find myself, going back to the oldies.
Yep.
There's a line from Billy Joel's Piano Man, which not an oldie, 80s, but there's this line that always rings so true to me. There's a part where the guy is saying, "Can you play me a memory?" And I think a lot of people probably think it says, "Can you play me a melody?"
I'm pretty sure until
And for
right now, I
me
thought it was Melody. I agree.
for me, like, that rings so true that, like, when I hear a song, it takes me to another time, another
Oh,
place, and I
yeah.
think the same is for you guys. And so, it's always fun to put the oldies back on, like, if we're going on a road trip, switch it up and put the oldies, and it's so crazy, like, how I know all the words, and I know all these facts about the band, and I can
Mhm.
almost name, like, the exact year that the song came out, and the girls will always be like, "How do you know all them?" Like, "'Cause I'm full of all kinds of useless knowledge."
Remember the 2 books that we used to have? Those were
Yeah,
our, like,
Nicholas has them.
dictionaries.
I got them. I got
It
them
was
right
the
now.
red and the blue one. It says, like, rock
Let me
and
go get
roll.
still got the cigarette burn in it, I think.
So it was the red and the blue, and
Yeah,
it was basically a dictionary of anything and
yeah.
everything. It was a
Encyclopedia, really, for music.
paperback version of oldie music goodies.
Hey.
Google. Yeah, look at it. See, rock on. Man, you still got that shit? Holy crap.
Yeah, isn't there a cigarette burn in one of them?
Oh, look at that shit. Hey, I didn't know you had that shit.
Yeah. Those books are actually qualified as oldies.
But we used to utilize them sometimes when there was a question asked that we didn't know, fun facts about something. They would ask, what year was this or that? And
Yep.
and we look it up real quick because you couldn't Google. You not jumping on a computer anywhere. You either knew it or you didn't.
Yep. That was our
And we
Google.
would use that to our advantage. Look it up real quick. And that paid off a couple times.
Right.
Like,
Yeah, it
how
did.
do
Yeah,
you know
'cause
that?
in the back,
How did
it's
this
got
10-year-old kid just call and know that?
yeah, it's got an
Did you
index
ask
of
your dad?
titles.
Yeah,
Surfer Girl, page
that's funny.
31.
Mm-mm-mm.
31. We can see
A naked surfer girl. Whoosh.
that was by the Beach Boys.
What? Yeah.
See.
So I would say oldies for me, even now that grown and approaching half a century in age quickly. Oldies for me are still calming. They're my go-to if I'm
Mhm.
in traffic and it's bumper to bumper and I'm getting a little road ragey, if you
Yeah.
will. I'll
Bring you
go
back
and put
down.
on. My go-to right now is Pandora, Sam Cooke channel, and it
Oh,
plays light
yeah.
music, genre, things of that nature. Yeah, and then I find myself singing along, humming along, and much more calms. Yeah, the oldies, dad brainwashes, but they're still the go-to, and
Yeah.
you'll see them in a lot of movies now, commercials.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
They'll be slowed down, they'll be remixed.
Timeless.
Yeah, movies that are coming out every day. You're like, that man. Who'd have thought
Mhm.
that song
They
could be
made 'em
used
right
in
back
that?
then.
Yeah. Just because that's all we listened to didn't mean it wasn't good music, you know? So
Yeah, yeah.
we really did appreciate it. And I think it can help you appreciate all the kind of music. And so much music that's made today is foundational from
Yep.
the
Oh, yeah.
music that was back then, if it's not blatantly stealing it.
That's most,
So,
hip hop. I said it.
hey, yeah,
Find
yeah.
an original hook.
Yeah, it's
So,
crazy. There's still artists today that are young and they get their inspiration from a lot of that.
Yep,
mhm,
and it happened before then as well, it was
Mhm.
regurgitated, changed up, but yeah. Oldies is where it was at for us.
yep. 50s into the 60s. That was our strong suit as a young kid and a teenager. What we would listen
Yeah, it
to.
helped us be more diversified as we got
And
older.
and like I said, we consider oldies, like the rock and roll era, which was like the mid to late 50s
Uh,
through the 60s, which also includes like the British invasion. But after that, in the 70s, there was still a lot of music that was
plenty of good music.
pretty
Oh yeah.
similar to rock and roll in those age in the 70s. The mid to late 70s is when it started getting like really disco
That's when there
fever
was a
and
lot of political and storytelling in it too, but
yeah.
it made it
Yeah,
really good. And just watch Forrest Gump. That whole,
yeah.
middle
Don't get
section
us
there.
wrong though, as the Welcome Distraction Kemp brothers. We definitely love our 80s. We love our 90s.
All
We
music.
love our hip hop. I try
No.
not to be try to put me in a box, and you're gonna find yourself you're wrong. Everything except for elevator music and jazz. Pretty much, I'll give it a chance. If it's good, it's good.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, I go back and forth between oldies, 80s, country, and then every now and then, I'm in the mood for some hip hop. A lot of times I'm into that yacht rock radio, it's just
Oh
kind of
yeah,
calming, and it's a mix of like 80s and, some 70s. But I'm the
sailing.
same way as you, Christopher, like oldies, like it just kind of it's nice and comforting, all the songs
For me,
and
it's
sing
really
along. Again, for
calming.
me, like it transfers me to, transports me, maybe that's the word I'm looking for. It transports me to another time, and brings back good memories and think
Yeah.
about where I was.
Remember that commercial with the guy? He's eating breakfast, and then he finds out his father's coming to visit. And when's he coming? And he says on Sunday or whatever. And then he goes driving. All of a sudden, he gets in his car. He's driving. Like, where the hell's he going? He gets to the pier. He unties his boat and pushes it away. And then you hear in the background the Christopher Cross sailing, playing real loud and everything. His boat just drifts off away and everything because he finds out his father-in-law will be there on Sunday. Pushes away, and then they close in on him. He's like, "Not my Sundays." And it's an advertisement for NFL.
So I came up with the top 10
Oh, what?
songs
Let's hear.
that
Say less. Say
I
less.
really love. And so if you guys are good with it, I'm gonna go ahead and just
Let's hear what you
throw
got
it
for
out
the
there,
50s and
and
60s.
you
Yeah.
guys tear it apart, right? Tell me
Okay.
if you
Yeah.
love it. Tell
What
me
you
if it
got?
would have been on your top 10,
Let's see
right?
how right you are or
And for
wrong.
our viewers out there, we'd love to hear from you. Like, would this song have made your top 10?
Yeah.
Would it
You've never
absolutely
heard
not have
this
been in your
shit?
top 10?
Yeah,
Like, if
if
you
you
think
haven't
it's
heard
a
this shit, look it
horrible
up.
top 10, then tell us, like, that was horrible. Like, you know
You
nothing about
forgot
the 50s
about
and 60s,
so and
or
so.
tell
Yeah.
me how much you loved it, and if there were
Yeah.
any songs on it that you're like, "Oh my god, I didn't know about that song."
Yeah. If you don't know about any of these songs, you should listen to them because it's on the top 10. See
Alright.
what you got.
You guys ready?
Yeah.
Number 10.
Number 10. Yeah, sure.
Paint It Black, The Rolling Stones.
Yes, yes, that was definitely on my list.
I agree.
That's a good. I can't not think of a movie when do you know
I
what
don't
movie that's from?
Kevin Bacon movie.
Yep. Well, what's the
Yeah.
name of it?
Yeah. Good
First
movie.
thing comes
Stir of Echoes.
Yeah.
Stir of
Ooh.
Echoes.
First
Good
thing comes
movie.
to
Good
mind
movie.
If
now.
you
Very
haven't seen it,
cool.
check it out.
The
I don't
whole
think that
Whole
was on our
movie's
top 10 list
around
of
that
movies.
song too. Yeah.
Paint It Black, first thing I think of is Guitar Hero.
So a close second, which is not on the top 10, but I want to mention it,
Honorable mention?
that it's a great song. It gets you pumped up. I love it. And it is Long Cool Woman in a Black Dress
Yo,
The Hollies.
The Hollies, yeah.
by the
That's a good one.
Hollies.
It's a good underrated song.
This
Not
is a
appreciated enough.
10A.
Yeah,
Which one's it?
that was an alternate. Yes.
Oh, okay. This one didn't make it. It
Yes,
was
this one
right
didn't make it.
below.
That was
Okay,
a
good.
shout out to that
Honorable
one.
mention.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Honorable mention. Number 9. These Eyes by the Guess Who.
Go ahead,
What
tell
movie
me.
do you think of when you hear that song?
Super bad.
Superbad.
Oh man, you can sing. That's his cousin.
Michael Cera.
I
Yeah.
love singing along to that song. It's always a fun one to sing along to. But
Yeah,
great
it is.
sound.
It kind of
Sounds
rolls
great.
off the tongue, I would have had that one higher in my top 10, but a good choice.
I'd have Painted Black higher. Just saying. Just saying.
Number 8. Well, you haven't heard the rest of my list. Maybe there's some
Okay.
songs that you'd be like,
No,
you
true,
know
true.
what? That would have bumped my
Yeah.
song up.
What do you
Ready?
got?
All right, we'll see.
Number 8. Don't laugh, but it used to be on the tape recorder or the tape that we used to have to listen to all the time. So what band do you think it is?
Everly Brothers.
Everly Brothers, but which one?
Let It Be.
No,
All I have to do is dream.
that's it.
Bam!
Oh, I've got
Mm.
like 3 or 4 good Everly Brothers songs, so I wouldn't
Yeah.
argue against any of those.
Yeah, they had some good ones and some not so popular ones. Like
Dream.
I'll do some. What is it? Crying in the Rain.
Oh yeah.
That was a good
Good
one.
one.
Crying in the Rain. I'll do my crying in the rain. Yeah, good
That's a
one.
good one. Good one.
All right, number 7. This one, it had to be on there somewhere. I think it's probably like a worldwide favorite. And I'm sure it'll be on your guys' My Girl by The Temptations.
Yeah.
By The Temptation.
Can't go wrong with that. That one is actually the first song I danced with Caitlin to when she was 3 months old at a little dress-up party. She had a little black and white dress on, and we agreed at that moment that would be her wedding song. I dance with her someday. We'll see. So yeah, it means a lot.
So I do have a couple on here that may not be on your guys's, but let's see.
Okay.
Hold Me, Thrill Me, Kiss Me. Mel Carter.
Not on my list. Nope.
Do
Didn't
you
make it.
guys recognize that one?
Yeah, I do. I have it on
Yeah,
my
it's one of
jukebox.
those I know it when I hear it, but not it's a good one.
Something about
That one's
this
actually
song
on my
just kinda
jukebox
gets me, like
right
the last verse and how it builds up, and just every time I hear that one, it's like I really love this song. All right,
What
a
number was
less
that one?
popular one coming in at my number 5 is a Buddy Holly song, and I had to do a shout out to Buddy Holly. You know, I feel like he was one of the
Founding
Founding
fathers.
Fathers.
Yeah, of rock and roll. You know, hell of a tragedy. If you're not familiar, 100% familiar with Oldies in that time frame, go look it up. You know his story. But Buddy Holly, and I think it's a less popular song, but it's True Love Ways. Really good one. If you're not familiar with it, go look it up. It's not a long one, but I love the harmony. Like I'm really big into how a lot of those in that time frame, the late 50s and 60s, they mixed in like the newer guitars, but with the old school like symphony and the harmonic sound. Number 4, Just a Little by the Beau Brummels.
Oh, that one would have been on there. I have that
Really?
one on my jukebox. Hey, fun fact, guys. All 3 of us now have jukeboxes. Just saying. You know.
Yeah. What kind of jukebox do you have, Brent?
Mine's a 1980s AMI Row jukebox that plays 45s. It holds 100 selections, an A and B side.
Wow.
It lights up and it dances with the music.
Wow. What type do you have, Nicholas?
I have a Rockola. It's a 1972. It's actually the same jukebox that we had when we were little kids.
Wow. And
He
myself.
reacquired that actually. It was out of our lives for what, 20 years or something?
Very
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
I think more than that.
Little note with Nicholas is our mom, who's been gone for quite a while, and wrote every title on the little tags for each song
Title
on the
strips.
jukebox when you put the selections in. So that one's pretty cool. It means a lot to Nicholas and all of us that he still has it. Myself, I have a 1972 Zodiac Wurlitzer
No.
jukebox. And again, mostly genre era specific to the jukebox ish before that. Nothing really after the 70s.
Right. Number 3. And I know this is on both yours. God Only Knows.
Well,
by
that
the
was
Beach
going
Boys.
to be up there as probably my number 1.
I did not have it on.
By the
Shame
Beach
on you.
Boys. That is the best Beach Boys song. It
Agreed.
was a changing of the guard, so to speak, as defining music. That whole album, Pet Sounds.
Did you lose your virginity?
Can you come from
Number 2. Never My Love by The Association.
That's a good one. Good one.
The harmony, right? And the words of the song. Really good one.
I think I like Cherish by them more than
Cherish is a very good one too.
Isn't that the one they said was like the number 1 song for that decade or something?
Who the Cherish?
just
I know
saying.
I know The Association were very big during that time.
Yeah.
crazy
a big
because they're
wedding
not
song, I
really
think.
widely known at all.
If we all 3 don't have the same number 1, we got problems.
I don't know if we do. Mine might be different than yours.
Oof.
So
Then you're wrong.
So was yours a harmony? Is there a harmonic?
No.
So it's probably not the same. Mine is by Chad and Jeremy.
Ooh.
You guys know what song it is?
Is this Summer Breeze?
It's got summer in it. It's called a summer song.
Summer
Oh,
song.
yeah, we have
Summer
talked about
Breeze
that
is
before, and
different.
it's good. That's a good one. That is a good one.
Summer song. It's my number one. It's a for the longest time, like I knew the words to the song, and so back in the day, we didn't have the
Okay.
internet. You couldn't just go look it up. I'm like, what is the name of that song? Because the title of the song is not
Yeah.
in the song itself, and so couldn't figure it out. And then fast forward to technology and the internet, you able to look it up.
Like Shazam.
Um,
Oh, there it is.
God, that's the name of the song that I've been trying to
Hmm.
think of for all these years. You hear it on the radio, and it's like, "That's the song I love. What's the name of it?"
It's a good
Yeah.
top 10, Nicholas. It's a good top 10.
Thank you, thank you. Do you guys know what or Christopher or Brett already said what his number 1 would have been? What would your number 1 have been, Christopher?
My number one, Stand By Me. Stand By Me
It's a
by
good one.
Ben
Good
E.
one.
King. That one
Good
just
one.
kinda, every time that one comes on, I'm listening to it. And it was redone by many, many people, but it was only done correctly by Ben E. King. Other than that, no, no, it's just not right. Just gotta be that Stand By Me. Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay.
So I've got 2 that are probably in that top 3 to go with only God knows why. The Beach Boys. So I think this one is probably a little bit below my other one. It's Buffalo Springfield for what
Oh,
it's worth.
oh,
And that one, I think it just seems to hit harder more and more,
Yeah.
especially now. If you listen to that song, it just speaks to you. And it was a protest song about the war in Vietnam and what was going on, but you can relay it to any time there's stuff going on in the world. But it's so
Yeah.
hits home right now still too with everything that's going on. And
It's
it's
a good
just a
one. Good
really
one.
good song, well written and just
Yep.
kind of heartfelt. And then my other one is Rolling Stones, Gimme Shelter.
Mhm.
And but those are probably more like 70s. Yeah. Oh, my probably top one though is Yesterday by the Beatles. 'Cause
Good
it's just such a good one.
good
It's a
going.
short song, but it's just right there to the point, and it's so simplistic, but it's just so, like, heartfelt.
No wrong answers here. No
Put
wrong
something
Right?
on
answers.
my honorable mention. A lot of Jim Croce songs would be up there, but technically his,
Heck yeah.
I think we're in the 70s.
Mhm.
So save those songs for another top 10.
Yeah.
We'll come back to it.
Alright. Well
Mm,
done, sir. Well done. Thanks for
Thank you.
sharing your top
Those are
10.
some good
Thank you.
musical distractions.
Thank you. Yeah, go check them out, whether you know them or not. It's always fun to go back and listen to them.
Yeah.
Get
Listen to
you
the
in,
oldies.
yeah, get you in the oldies, mood. So
Hit you in the
Yeah.
I think
feels.
when I get done here, I'm gonna go put on my Sonos. There's a plug
Yeah.
for
I'm
Sonos.
gonna turn on the jukebox.
Yeah.
Get them
Real
creative
loud.
juices flowing for all you musical types out there. This is where it comes from.
Thanks for joining us today on the Welcome Distraction. Today we talked about the music that made us who we are. The oldies, the 50s and 60s that we at a younger age we were kind of forced to have to listen to, but it grew on us and we kept it with us and we love to listen to them now. It reminds us of the memories that we talked about. Calling the radio station, having a good time, and just that great feeling of being on the radio and getting to hear yourself and winning a little trivial prize, but just the satisfaction of success. And we talked about the top 10. So hopefully you all appreciate the top 10 and take a moment to go and listen to some of those songs. And we want to hear your feedback. We want to hear from you. But for the Kemp brothers, I'm Nick.
I'm Brett.
I'm Chris.
We'll see you later.
Later.
Come back me.
Oh, you're supposed to sing. Sing with me.
Living ain't easy.
Still
Right.
recording.
Love it twice as tough.
Love
Like
me.
when you grow up.
Sounds like shit.
We lost our little girl voices.
Let's look
Are
up.
you-